Welcome back to the Kiwi Wedding Podcast. My name is Lydia. I'm an Auckland wedding photographer and your host. On today's episode, I'm chatting with the beautiful and incredibly talented Georgette. She is a stylist and colour consultant doing colour analysis and body shape analysis, among other things. Georgette has such an interesting journey from studying fashion and working in New York to now helping women all over New Zealand feel confident and radiant through colour and style. She's also recently engaged herself, so we talk all about her own wedding planning journey so far, from finding her dream dress, getting it custom made at Natalie Rose Bridal, we love her, and having the amazing Claire Donaldson helping her with planning and styling, to the pressure that can come with being the fashion girl getting married. We dive into everything from what colour analysis actually is and how it can transform the way you dress, to styling for your body shape, embracing your natural beauty, and how to feel amazing in your clothes without spending a fortune. We also chat about this as it relates to bridal and all the different shades of white, figuring out what one actually suits you. We actually recorded this back in June, and there's not a reason I haven't released it yet other than a bit of a backlog of recordings. And then we booked in for my colour analysis and thought it would be fun to catch up and check in where she is at with her wedding planning and how it's all going, and add that to the episode. So you'll hear a little addition at the end, so make sure you listen all the way through. And also you can find out which season of colours that I am. I absolutely loved the experience. I went along with my best friend. We both had ours done. Georgette is amazing at what she does. It's so cool to just see her in action. I know it's sometimes hard to tell in the videos when they're draping the colours on people what they are, but it's so obvious in person, and I just feel like my eyes have been opened now I know. I highly recommend doing it. It is an investment, and with good reason. Totally worth it in my opinion if you're someone that's been thinking about it for ages like I had, and trying to figure it out on your own, asking ChatGPT, who often gets it wrong, and talking to your friends, then I would go and do it. Georgette is very in demand, so get on the waiting list, and yeah, you will love it. I just find it so interesting, the psychology behind it all and everything. It's so great for brides and even when dressing bridesmaids as well. So let's get right into it. I know you guys are going to love this episode, and I think every woman will be able to relate to it. Enjoy episode 118 with Georgette. Hi, Georgette. Thank you so much for joining me on the podcast today. So excited to chat to you about colours and fashion and style and everything you do.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for having me, Lydia.
Amazing. So you're recently-ish engaged yourself. Congratulations.
I am. Thank you. Finally.
So good. I just firstly wanted to ask, how have you found the wedding planning process so far? Have you done very much? And yeah, how's it going?
Yeah, actually, really good. I was quite nervous about it just because I thought that it was going to be a lot more stressful. I mean, I'm early days, so maybe it gets more stressful closer to the time. But I have like a great team around me, and I have like a really supportive mother. I'm very lucky with that. She's very strong-headed. So I was like, oh, is this going to end up being like her vision? But it has been really amazing for her to like step back, and she's just supporting my ideas, which has been really lovely. And so we just like work creatively together on things, and we're really enjoying it. But I'm loving it. But it is stressful, especially when you're like running a business and trying to keep everything together, and also the stress of people being like, oh wow, your
Yeah.
wedding's going to be amazing. We've always waited for your wedding. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? So I've had some blocks that I definitely want to talk to you about, more so in the wedding dress
Yeah.
area. But as long as I've got my aesthetic sorted and like I get to do the decoration side, I do not care what else. Like my mum can handle the food, and my dad can choose the alcohol. Like I do not care, as long as it looks good. That's all I care about.
So good. The creativity and the aesthetics of it. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I definitely like had the My stylist for my wedding is Claire Donaldson, so she's
She's
so amazing.
amazing. Yeah.
And she's very, very good. But when I, had the initial meeting with her, I was like, this wedding's going to be different, Claire. Like, it's not going to be like your regular wedding. And she was like, yeah, yeah, that's what every bride says.
Yeah.
That's what every bride says. And then I showed her my mood board, and she was like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, this is like nothing. This is definitely a bit different. So I'm excited to kind of like push some boundaries. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
excited to see. So cool. Can we talk a bit about your career, what you do? Can you tell us, yeah, just a bit about your journey, how you got into styling, what's led you to where you are today?
I've always been very much like an artsy girl. I did fashion design photography at school, studied fashion at university, and I'm minored in photography. So I've always had an eye. I love taking photos. I was originally majoring in photography, but I realized it was more of a passion for me, and I didn't really feel like I needed to be taught much more about it. So I was like, okay, I'm going to minor in that and major in fashion. And when I came out of university, I went and worked for Together Journal magazine. So awesome, a wedding magazine.
So
Absolutely love
good.
it. Still work with Greta to this day. But Greta kind of gave me the kick that I needed and said, you need to, you're not very good at cold calling and selling advertising. You're better on our sets and, doing fashion shoots and things. I think you should go hire out to other people, not just for, freelance. Don't just stick with me. So I did that, and I did lots of fashion editorial things. Absolutely loved styling, and it was working for other stylists. It was working for free. It was working long hours that you got paid nothing. I mean, stylists these days, they still do still hardly get paid anything, especially on those. But you're like such artsy people that you're like, oh, I just want to be on a set and I want to create something. So I did that, and then I moved to New York. So then I lived in New York for almost 2 years, and I did the same thing over there. And it was like starting all over again. Like I had become a little bit more established in New Zealand, and then I packed everything up and I went to New York, and I was the lowest of the low of the tier, like you're working for free. And in New Zealand, I mean, people do pay you. If they don't pay you in something, they pay you in contra or whatever. But in New York, you work for free and it's experience, and you're lucky to get that stuff on your folio. So I did that, worked my way up there, worked with some amazing people, amazing clients, did the New York dream, was actually going to go on tour with one of my clients. So I flew back to New Zealand to renew my visa. And then Jacinda came on the TV and said we were going into a lockdown. And I was like, oh my gosh, my whole life is over.
Yeah.
So it was really like the end of the world to me. But what I didn't realize was it was happening to everyone, and that my client wasn't going on tour anymore and everything. I wasn't missing out. That was it. So I came back here and I opened my studio, which I actually used to shoot out of. So we would do fashion shoots in here. I would do photography. I would do styling, and I'd also rent it out. So it was called Studio Cassini, and we loved being creative in here. But it was more of like an event space. I would hire it out and then I would clean it and, get it ready again. And I was kind of like, oh, and I was styling these awesome parties. But I was like, I love event styling, but I'm a fashion girly. Like I need to be styling models. So that was kind of what led me down the road of studying a little bit more into personal styling. What gave me the itch to do it was when we came out of lockdown. A lot of my mum's girlfriends were like, I'm feeling really low after that. Like, I don't really know how to go out and socialize anymore. And I think we all kind of struggled with that. And I was like, oh, they're like, could you take me shopping? And I was like, oh, could I? Like, I don't know. Like, can I style women who aren't just like these models on shirts? So we went shopping and we tried these things on, and something happened where I got this kick out of making women feel and look amazing. And that was the start of it. It was like this feeling of, I don't know, you just get that, you just start bouncing this energy off each other. And these women are like, I've never felt so good in this. I feel so amazing. And I was like, what else can make people feel good? And then I looked into color analysis, and then I went and trained in that. And while I was training in it, I just thought, because, like it's on your mind and it's in your algorithm, I started getting sent all these, color analysis things. But actually, color analysis had this huge resurgence while I was studying. So then
Good
I was kind of
timing.
like one of the highest qualified color analysts in New Zealand because there's not many. And that's where it all kind of took off. And I think it was women wanting to feel good again. And I think we still have that like lingering, yeah, I mean, I love gym gear, don't get me wrong, active wear all the time, but I'm instead of wearing my black gym gear, I'm always in my colors because it gives you that lift and elevation. And I don't want to go out and wear makeup all the time. And I said that to you before we jumped on the call. I was like, I ain't putting makeup on today, but I actually feel
Yeah,
okay because
great.
I'm in my colors. So it's quite nice and it just makes life easier.
Mm.
Um, and yeah, I'm busy and booked, and people love it, and I love it, and I just feel like I've been in the right industry my whole life, but I feel like I'm just finally doing the right thing that I like really loved. So, short story long, that's how I got here. But
Amazing.
yeah,
No, such an incredible journey. I love that. Like living the New York dream. Obviously, pandemic
so
came
cool.
along and just like screwed things for everyone for a little while there. I came home from London around that time, so I feel your pain.
Yeah, it was like New Zealand's never gonna compare. New Zealand's gonna, but it's kind of funny how like after that time, everyone kind of ended up putting their feet in the ground, finding their thing. And then when people said to me, "So are you gonna go back to New York?" I was like, I don't think so. Like I think I'm done. Yeah,
Yeah, this is home, but yeah, incredible to see what you're doing now. And yeah, the color thing has really popped off lately. So
crazy.
yeah, amazing, which yeah, we'll definitely talk about that a bit more. But I'd love to know what, this is kind of an annoying question because I think every day is probably different, but what does a day in the life look like for you? Can you, yeah, tell us a little bit about all the different parts of your work?
I think one thing that I've learnt from my work now becoming quite busy, and I need to prioritize time for myself. So, what looked like my normal day maybe a month ago is quite different to now. So I'll tell you what my current days look like, but I will also talk a little bit about the before because it's like the the growing pains. But I was just fitting everyone I could possible in before, and I was burning out quite quickly and getting sick quite a lot. I think I was sick 7 times in nine
Wow.
weeks. I just go down with flus. If someone came in here with a sniffle, I was down with it the next day. My immunity was really, really low because I was just working, 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 no days off. I'd go like 3 and 4 weeks with like facing clients every single day, no break. So I've had to be really strict on myself, taking time to go for walks, which I don't love going for walks. I'm not a big walker, but I'm starting to do these things for me, which is really important. So my mornings at the moment start off getting up at like 5:36, actually going for a walk with my fiance, which is actually a really nice thing to do because you actually talk, and I actually don't look at my phone until I get home. And I think that's really important because I think we're so glued to our
Yeah.
tech at the moment. So that's kind of what my mornings look like. We do that, we come home, then it's start to get ready for work. I definitely like dress up for work as well because I want people to see how I feel when I'm in my colors, when I'm wearing my perfect makeup for my colors and things like that. And then I'm in here at about 10 a.m and we start our first session. So I usually do 3 to 4 color analysis sessions a day. They take an hour each, and I usually give myself 30 minutes between to reset, have a drink of water, have some food. But any more than that, and I start seeing the wrong colors. So I actually get really bad migraines as well because you're focusing so, so hard on all these colors, and I'm watching them on people's face that it can get quite a lot and strain your eyes quite a lot, and you end up with a lot of headaches. So I try to stick to 3, max 4 a day. And I do 3 or 4 days a week client facing. And then I'll do a couple days without clients, but I'm working in the studio, finishing reports. Sometimes I'll be doing events, like the one you met me at. So I try not to book events on days that I have colors. So just so my eyes are fresh and ready to go and I'm able to give everyone my all. Yeah, that's a big part of it. It's like giving people energy. And if you don't have anything to give, you can't. Yeah, it's really hard to do the job if you don't. It is it can be quite like soul sucking as well. So it's just making sure that I'm full so I can give. Otherwise, yeah, you get sick and burnt out like I did. So, and my days before that were not taking time for me, not taking time for my walks, not taking time to read a book, not taking time off my phone, getting home and still online doing Instagram, replying to clients. I have to cut myself off at like 6 o'clock now and have time with my family, which is important. And my family being my fiance and my dog.
Yeah.
And it's important and it's a good juggle to like learn. But in order for me to show up to work and be amazing at it, I have to also look after myself. And it's just something that I feel like we're not. I feel like Kiwi girls, man,
Mm.
we're goers, we're hustlers, we're always doing things. So yeah, it's good. I feel good for it as well. So, and having a team now, yeah, I have my assistant, so she's amazing. And yeah, we're even looking at growing even more, just so I have more help and we can see more people and things like that. So yeah, that's what my day looks like. And sometimes it's just colors, and then other days it will be doing a body shape analysis for someone or doing a styling session at Westfield, or sometimes I do, events where I'll talk, on a panel, or sometimes I do style events at Westfield and Newmarket as well. So that's always fun and nerve-wracking, but also really exciting. So my job is not it's not just one thing. And even if I am doing colors for someone, so recently I did a event for Tiffany and Co for Mother's Day, and we did colors, but it focused mainly on metals, and so helping people select what metals are going to go with their undertones. So yeah, no day is the same, and no person is the same, and you meet the most amazing woman. But the best thing is seeing everyone walk out feeling good, and that's what gives you. That's why I do what I do. I always say I'm in the business of making women feel and look good, because that's what I thrive off.
Love that. Yeah, incredible to hear about all those parts of everything you do. And yeah, so important setting those boundaries. I think so many business women and just women in general will relate to that. And yeah, looking after yourself first so that you can keep going.
Absolutely.
Do you still do any kind of like shoot styling or that like personal shopping and stuff as well?
Yeah, so the personal shopping thing has, just because color analysis, I'm booked out at the moment until August. So it's quite hard for me to fit in personal shopping clients, but I definitely am at the moment making changes so I can meet with clients, and also looking at ways that I can like almost like upload educational videos online, so people have access to me without actually being with me at the time. And I think that's really important to try and like scale a business so everyone, especially at every price point, can get in, because as obviously the demand's going up, I've had to put my prices up in order to like actually be able to fit people in. So there's that. If someone calls me and is like, we need you on a shoot, if I can do it, I will do it. I love being on set. There's something amazing about it, and you can be creative. And it's so different to what I do now. But so yes, if anyone calls me and is like, I want you to style something, or I want you to be on set to help create something, I'm there. But no, I do not do it as much as I used to, because this has really kind of taken over more what I do now. But yeah, absolutely still very open to it. And yeah, people ask me occasionally, but it's always in the way in the fashion industry. It's like, hey, we need a stylist for a shoot tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no.
Thanks for the notice. Yeah.
Yeah, I need some more
Crazy.
notice. But yeah, anytime I can be creative, like if, even a lot of photographers and makeup artists, a lot of us would work together and like put money in, or we would talk to an agency and get a model, or we'd hire a model, and we would actually just do these creative shoots where it was our own brief. We had an idea and I said we just wanted to shoot for folio, and I still love doing that to this day, because you don't have a client's brief to follow. It's just a whole lot of creative people getting together. So I would say that would be such a like lovely outlet for me anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, so fun. I need to do more of that. It's been a while.
Yes, you do.
Yeah,
Yes.
so
It's all,
fun.
it's so fun,
Yeah.
especially when you don't have the pressure for you of like a bride and groom. It's just like we can just do a styled shoot and it'll be
So
Yeah.
good. Love that. And cool to see all the different brands and businesses you've done collaborations with. I know Kate Solly, who's amazing makeup artist, and you were doing some workshops together. Yeah, such a
She's doing my makeup for my wedding, so I trust her with my life.
yeah. She's the
Kate Solly
best. Yeah.
is amazing. We're very lucky in New Zealand. I feel like in Auckland in general, we have amazing makeup artists here. I've worked with so many of them, but obviously being working with Kate more so, she just knows me. She gets the color analysis thing. She believes in it too. She came and had her colors done. So yeah, I love recommending her. But there's also other amazing makeup artists out there. But yeah, Kate's my girl for my wedding day. I actually moved my wedding date so Kate could do my makeup.
Amazing.
It was
Yeah.
meant to be on a Saturday, but I had to move it to the Friday for her. So
So good.
dedication.
Yes. Love that. So yeah, you've obviously got all these different kind of services, which is so cool to do all that different work, and especially the color and body shape analysis thing. Can you explain what these are for someone that's never heard of it?
Yeah, sure. So, color analysis is actually about finding colors that suit your undertones. So it's actually not so much about how you look in general. So a lot of people are like, oh, well, like she looks like me, so we'd be the same color palette. It actually has everything to do with your undertones. Your undertones are like under your skin. It's like your blood. And like I always even say, like sometimes people with cool undertones their teeth will go whiter when they put their colors on. So it's not, it's like your organs as well. It's your eyes, the whites of your eyes, it's your teeth. It's everything about you. And it's about seeing you and the color at the same time, not the color before you. So you've always like, we've all been to like a wedding where you see a girl rocking in a beautiful dress, but you almost see the dress before you see the girl. And that's wearing colors out of your palette. So I think that, yeah, color analysis is a way of finding colors that suit you. And it's not about what you like. It's not about what color you decide to dye your hair. It's about you. So we put a little bonnet on you and a cape and we peel you back to basics, no makeup. And then I start kind of draping fabrics on you and pulling them away and seeing how the face shifts. So sometimes you'll look drained in colors. Sometimes you'll look bright in colors, like you've got a bit of a BB cream on. Sometimes colors will sit on top of your face and make you like look physically unwell. So it's quite amazing. A lot of people sometimes go, "Oh, this is very like woo woo." It's science. It's not spiritual. There is like a very much a spiritual side to it, which I don't push on clients because some people aren't so much into that. But if you think about how when you wear certain colors, you actually feel better, you feel happier, and like there it is right there. It's
There's like
sometimes
a
it's a feeling.
psychology with it as well, right?
There's a
Yeah.
whole lot of science behind it as well. So, like we use color in marketing and advertising all the time. McDonald's is yellow and red because those colors make you hungry. That's why, it's Burger King is also that color, Wendy's, In-N-Out Burger. It's used on us all the time, especially the color red stimulates excitement in the brain. So what I think is when you wear your colors, you advertise yourself in the right light. So then you people take you seriously and they see you. Sometimes it can be really distracting if someone's wearing the wrong color, and you can't. If you're not exposed to color analysis, and I wasn't prior to this, sometimes I'd wonder why maybe I didn't trust someone or I couldn't figure them out or just things like that. It can actually make a really big impact. So I do notice with a lot of clients, I'll get the call where they're like, I stopped wearing that black suit to interviews and I changed it. And it doesn't mean you have to go and wear like big bright colors to all your, it's not about that. I wear a lot of my neutrals. So what I'm wearing today, it's not in your face, it's not out there and bright. You won't see me in a whole lot of bright colors because I think a lot of people think it is like that because in the 80s and 90s, women would put together every color in their color palette and they're like, whoa. So yeah, it's definitely a way of kind of like trying to figure that out. But yeah, a lot of clients are also scared when they come to see me. They're like, oh my gosh, don't take black from me or
Yeah.
don't take this. And I'm like,
Don't tell
I'm
me I
not,
can't
I'm
wear
not,
gold. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And it's a guideline. But I will never tell you something you don't already know because, again, it's a feeling. We don't go and put colors on our body that make us feel, ugh, like a lot of times I'll put colors on people and they go, oh, take that off me. It's a feeling. We've all put colors on before that have, that we look lost, we look drained. I'll never put you in a color that looks like that. And everything will start to make sense. And my clients, halfway through the session, they're like, that's why that top looks good on me. That's why this, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. I'm just about to give you a guide of the best colors to wear. So when you go shopping, you're cutting your shopping time down by half because you're only putting your hands on things that are in your color palette. Therefore, they suit you better. So you're saving time, you're saving money, and everyone's happy. That's what color analysis is. And then body shape analysis is a really cool one, which I actually only recently started studying. Well, recently and 2 years ago, but it wasn't something that I knew myself. So I've always been curvy, and I think that's always been something that when I was on editorial shoots, I used to worry about, like, oh my gosh, like the plus size stylist, they're going to think I'm not cool or like whatever. But my clients now, when they come to see me, they're like, I just love that you just have a body like me, or you feel, it's you're not this, and there's nothing against being small and petite, but some people do feel it is hard. It's like, yeah, it is hard if you feel a certain way about your body, that you don't want to go to someone who doesn't understand what you've been through, or that you fluctuate in weight. Or sometimes, sometimes I'm in jeans because I'm a size 14, and sometimes a 16, sometimes an 18. Like, I'll fluctuate. You'll get your period, you'll grow bigger. Like, woman, we change. And then when we have babies, our hips move, our bones physically move. This is what one of my mum friends told me the other day. She was like, do you know your ribs and your bones, they actually move? And I was like,
Crazy.
what? Way to put me off having kids even more. But it's crazy. And we are so exposed to social media and so exposed to all these things where we see all these girls wearing these things and you want to fit into them and they don't look the same on you. Like, I have tried to wear those horse barrel jeans, just don't look good on me. I can't do it. But it's just little things like that. So body shape analysis is finding out your body shape and what clothes, shapes, and also fabric weight looks like good on you. And the fabric weight thing was such a game changer for me because for my body shape, I'm more of an A, or what they would call like a pear back in the day. But I think I don't like a fruit thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm like an A. So I've got bigger hips than I have a bust. So it's all I used to do was wear boxy t-shirts so people couldn't see my figure, because I was like, well, if they don't know where I start and finish, then they could have maybe I'd be really straight through the center. But unfortunately, what I didn't realize was that just made me look a lot wider than I already was. And I always used to buy clothes and say, like, oh, well, I'll try and lose some weight and fit into this. Or if I lose this much weight, I'll be able to get into this. And what I've really learned is actually dressing myself for how I am. It's not like, oh, well, if I lose a bit of weight, these will look better. Mm-mm. I buy clothes that fit my body, that feel good. I'm so done with jeans that are too tight. So, like, that's one thing with my clients. I'm like, we can find you jeans that suck you in. We love that. But I never want you to be uncomfortable. Also, just when fabric weights, everything was really stiff for me. Now everything's more floaty and soft and falls over my curves. Embracing my curves, embracing the waist that I have, embracing my bust, slicing into my bust. So just learning little tricks about things. A lot of people didn't even know that I actually have quite a big bust, because I've always covered it up. And a lot of people are always like, oh, you've got a big bust. Why don't you show it off? Like, sometimes I don't want to. But we can do little tricks where we put like necklaces over our clothes to slice into the bust so it doesn't look so full when someone looks at you with like a jumper on, like what I have. So that's what body shape analysis is, and it's been the biggest game changer for me. Wow, it's so cool. And the women that come in and try things on, they're like, oh wow, I just can't believe it's so easy, but we just don't know. We just weren't educated on it. Yeah. So once you start seeing yourself in that light and getting past the, oh, I'll buy this and it'll fit me later, or I'll change my body to look good in this piece. It's embrace what you have.
Yeah, or just like going with the trends, but yeah, it might not
Once
necessarily
you
suit
start dressing
you.
to your
Yeah.
shape, you will feel amazing, you know? And so that's special. And so the cool thing is that I've been through this full transformation. I only wore black, and I don't have any black in my wardrobe anymore. So, and that's not because I'm the color analyst and I'm trying to prove a thing. If I put black close to my face, whoo, she drains. So, but when I was told that I was a true spring, which is like, actually, I have the palette right here. It's like the lightest, brightest, most
Yeah,
carnival looking
beautiful.
palette. Once I found that out, I was like, this can't be right. I need my black. And then when I started putting those colors into my wardrobe, I was so shocked at how I just kept gravitating towards them. And slowly, slowly, like my black is still in my wardrobe. I still have it there in case. I never wear it. And when I wear my black pants, I feel like I'm floating. It's so weird. So I do say rule of thumb, keep your colors close to your face, but and you can wear your colors on the bottom, but the best thing I think I ever did was get rid of black out of my wardrobe.
Mm, I definitely think I'm going to have to go through that process. I wear way too much black, but yeah, I love seeing everything you do and your content, and I definitely need to book in with you. Me and my best friend have been so keen to do it
Come and
together,
see me.
so
I
have
would
to get one
love
of
to
those
see you.
slots later in the year.
I love that.
Yeah, so good. But yeah, I just think it's so incredible and so empowering for women, especially as well, to just yeah, figure out what lights them up, what looks good on them, what makes them confident. Do you recommend color analysis not only for your everyday wardrobe, but in preparation for wedding dress shopping as well? Obviously, most
Yes.
people wear a white dress, but there's many shades of white. Do you
Who knew?
think, yeah, it can help with that whole process?
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So if you've got cooler undertones, you're better with those like crisp whites. What I found out the other day was actually like a lot of bridal dresses are not actually crisp white. They're off white, but still creamy white. And then you've got your ivories. So that's your creams that have a bit more yellow mixed in with them. So anything with a bit more yellow is for your brides like me who've got warm undertones, and anything that's a more crispy white is for my cooler tone ladies. That really, really helps. That's when you see again the dress and the girl at the same time. Sometimes it can feel like the dress is sitting on top of you or in front of you. And even though the dress is a really important part of the day, it's about seeing you because you are the bride. And we never want the dress to overtake the girl. I would do that all the time. So yeah, I do tell my clients their perfect shade of white, and a lot of them talk about weddings and things as well. And any of them who have actually been married, a lot of them will go, that's why my wedding dress looked amazing. I did do ivory because I'm warm undertoned. So then I go, okay, well, that will make sense as well. So people know, people have a feeling. And like I said before, like you're not going to put something on your body that feels wrong. But then again, the moment you slap that fake tan on and everything, sometimes the dress all kind of starts to work well anyway. I wouldn't say it's going to ruin the wedding day. Like if I was to wear a crisp white dress, it's not going to ruin it. It's just probably going to be a little bit distracting. But yeah, it's a great start for sure.
Yeah, I think may as well find that out and kind of have that in mind when you're shopping for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Without giving too much away, I don't know if you've found your dress yet, but yeah, have you
Oh,
started wedding dress shopping and yeah, what kind of mindset have you had going into that?
big block, huge block.
Yeah.
And I was like, is this normal? Is this normal? I can't believe it. It's like, yeah, I had this huge block. I also felt the pressure of like, oh my gosh. And
She's the
also,
fashion girl.
oh
Yeah.
my God. And then not that I like care that anyone will see my wedding. It's about me at the end of the day, but there does feel like there's a bit of pressure. But also, I have been to a couple of bridal fittings, and the dresses just never fit, and they didn't have clips to do me up. And the moment that dress doesn't do up on you, and the girl's behind you, like holding the dress, and you're spilling out of it, you actually just want to take that off and run and put your clothes on and cry. And I was going through this and I was like, whoa, you give this kind of advice to people every day, yet you're sitting here feeling so self-conscious about yourself. Like, is this what wedding dress shopping feels like? And so I had this huge mental block, but I had one other fitting booked with Natalie Rose Bridal in Parnell. I did Nat's colors and she was like, just come in and try some stuff on and we'll film some content. Man, did my experience change there. I
Mm.
went there and I was like, yeah, we'll film it because all of them are going to look crap on me and we can just like show people what dresses look good and bad on this body shape. I got to the end of the fitting, there was like, I think we tried on like 7 to 10 dresses, and it's like running a marathon, by the way. If
Yeah.
anyone's listening who hasn't done it yet, you are sweaty by the end. She was like, I was like, Nat, we can't post any of this content. And she was like, why? And I was like, I just loved them all. And I just never been somewhere where I had had so many yeses. I was like, this is amazing, and this is amazing, and oh my god, maybe we want some embellishment on there, and maybe we want satin, maybe we want lace. I don't know. And I was so excited, and the dresses did up
Mm.
because she knew my measurements and she had it sorted and she cared about how I looked. And I was sitting there and she was like, oh my gosh, you have like the most beautiful figure for bridal. And I was like, I don't think I've ever had someone describe my figure as beautiful, really. And this is the same thing with women. We go through it all the time. And even though I'm sitting here giving women advice on it, I still have these
Yeah.
feelings. I'm not always comfortable in my own skin. I feel better than I ever have, but you still have these moments where you're like, oh, and then I've been saying, well, I'm going to lose a whole lot of weight before my wedding. I'm going to lose a whole lot of weight. I'm like, nah, like, I'm me.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll tone up my arms, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Like, I'm just so done putting pressure on myself in that.
Yeah. Yeah,
And and
absolutely.
and it's very easy for me to give advice to people, but then when you start walking it yourself, you're like, "Oh, I get it." So, it's been really eye-opening for me to go to Nat. We loved trying on these silhouettes. For me, being curvier, anything that is, like, hugging my figure and giving me a waist, ooh, beautiful.
So good.
So nice. So, yes, we don't know yet what I'm going to choose, if I'm going to go custom or whatever. But well, I might get it made myself just because I come from a fashion fabric family. But in my head, I would love to give Nat the business because someone who makes you feel like that actually deserves to get the business.
Yeah, I
That's all
love,
I have to say.
absolutely love Nat. And yeah, every single person, I've had quite a few of her clients on here as well, just absolutely rave about her. And then they might have had that unfortunate experience at other places as well, where they were just like made to feel not so good, or yeah, they were, whatever size, but all they had there was sample sizes, and you just like, oh, I can't really tell if this looks good on me because I'm holding it up at the back, like you say. And
Yeah.
yeah, just like it's unfortunate that that still happens in this day and age, but yeah, it makes such a difference when somebody just truly cares about who she works with, and just makes you feel amazing, because it is quite a emotional and vulnerable process. It's, yeah, there's so much pressure around this day and looking your very best. And yeah,
Yeah.
there's all that toxic side of shooting for the wedding, and all that pressure that's put on women, which is so unnecessary. But yeah, if you can just find something that makes you feel so confident and good and suits your body, then that's amazing. So another big recommendation for Nat,
She's
absolutely.
so good, man. Oh, that's someone who loves what they do. Like, she doesn't care if you don't buy from her. I mean, like, obviously she wants a business, but she's not like money driven. She just wants you to feel great.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh,
so good.
well, I found someone like myself. This is who I want to be with, because she's got my best interest at heart.
Yeah,
So,
so good.
yeah.
Amazing. We've maybe answered this a bit already, but do you have any other advice for a bride who is in that process and feeling a bit overwhelmed about all the different options out there?
Yeah, I would say it's I know a lot of people say, like, "Go and try on a whole lot of dresses," but I think I've been 3 places. Nat was my most recent. I don't know if I'll bother going on and trying. I think once you know what maybe after you've tried a few on, you'll know what style you're gonna go for, whether you're gonna go for the A-line or you're going for, like, your princess, like, through for a moment, whether you're going a little bit more standard or whether you're going to have a lot of embellishment, you know where you're going with that. But I think it's really important to align yourself with someone who genuinely cares about you. And I know we've got a lot of amazing bridal designers in New Zealand. I've worked with them all. They're all amazing. And a lot of them do care about you as well. And they have fabulous eyes. They just know how to, dress people. I just had that amazing experience with Nat, and I hadn't actually been into her store before. But yeah, just focusing on you and like not trying to, and I'm fallen into this, like I said before, oh my gosh, I'm going to change my body for my wedding. Just dress yourself. Like, dress you as you are. You want to look like you on your wedding day, don't you? Like, I just think, and it was quite amazing as when I put the couple of dresses on at Nats, I was like, I feel so beautiful just as I am right now. And if you get that feeling, I say, like, go for it. But yeah, just go easy on yourself. And just, I have to keep reminding myself, this is for no one else but me. This wedding is for no one else. Shouldn't care what people are going to think. I don't care whether the wedding is in a magazine or not. I just want you to feel like yourself and focus on you and your partner on the day, because that's the most important thing, right?
Yeah,
It's all back to you. I think
absolutely.
we put a lot of pressure on like impressing everyone else,
Mm.
whereas it's your day.
Yeah, such good advice. And how do you feel about people following trends? There's a lot of trends that are very quickly coming around in the bridal industry, especially. But yeah, are there any kind of trends that you've been seeing that you're loving right now?
I mean, like drape, I love drape, but I'm in fabrics.
Yeah,
So if for
makes
me, it's not
sense.
so much a trend. Like we've been in that for a long. So there will be a bit of drape at my wedding for sure.
Yeah, so good. I love
But
that.
kind of different drape. But I like the trends and I like seeing what's happening, but I like picking things that feel me, like picking things that feel like me. There's a lot of things that don't feel like me, like there was like the bows for a hot minute, and bows are beautiful and they're pretty, but I don't feel that's me. So it's like not a trend that I would jump on. I'm all for like personalization. I for like for my 30th, like all the mirrors in my house, I had decals of like little quotes that I would say, like in the bathroom, like, you look sexy, now get back to the dance floor. Like, I feel like I'll probably use that in my wedding too, because I love that. And I know that was a big trend. I just think it's be careful not to fall into trends, because sometimes I feel like wedding images now from weddings that were only a couple years ago can look quite dated. Like you can pick when they were.
Yeah.
Um, and to me, something classic and timeless doesn't really age. And I feel like we're falling back into that like 90s, 2000s. And that's my era. I just love that. So I'll probably maybe be a little bit of that coming into my wedding. But yeah, I don't know about, yeah, I think it's very easy to date weddings with trends. I think you've got to be careful with what you jump on.
Yeah.
But again, if it feels like you,
Yeah,
go for it.
yeah. I think there's so much content out there, and it can get really overwhelming if you're consuming all of that all the time and then being like, oh, do we need to do this for our wedding? And that looks really
Yes.
cool. But yeah, taking that moment to be like, is that actually us? Does that represent us as a couple? Yeah,
Yeah.
such good advice.
The only trend that I would say I'm totally going to jump on, and I still think that this should be a trend that just stays forever, is like wedding guests in like beautiful colors, and like I'm starting to see that come through, like all these beautiful women, these beautiful butter yellows with like feathers around them. I'm
Like
like,
doing a
get
dress
your
code. Yeah,
yeah, like let's elevate this. Like let's make them, dress up and wear color. That is another thing that I definitely I'm feel like I'm gonna have a no black rule
love
at my
that.
wedding.
So good. And you can, yeah, so
Yeah,
good.
like or wear a color that's in your palette. Yeah.
Yes, amazing. Love that. Often people kind of perceive fashion in general to be expensive, or that, yeah, having style can only be achieved with a lot of money. Do you have any advice for people who want to look really elevated and nice without splurging, whether that's in their everyday life or for their wedding?
Yeah, I think we're really spoilt for choice now. I do understand that it was harder to look more elevated and cool, and you needed your designer bag and things, but we're so lucky now with all these dupes and things. It doesn't actually cost a lot to look good anymore. And like even the other day, I was like recommending a cardigan to someone online, and I was like, this is this one from like Meshki that was like 290, 300, and she's like, okay, wow, that's a lot for a cardigan. And I was like, yeah, totally. Let me see if I can find a dupe. And then Glassons had one for like $30, and it was so similar and it felt the same. It was the same chocolate color. So I think that if you are looking in the right places, and I understand that we don't want to just buy cheap things that are going to fall to pieces. So maybe actually investing in that slightly higher tier piece is going to stay in your wardrobe for longer. I don't think you have to spend a lot to look good now. And we're so lucky with these rentals as well, and even with wedding dresses, like buying secondhand. It's only
It's
been
been
worn for
worn
like
one
6 hours.
day. Yeah.
Like it's so I'm so like not against that either. I think you can also elevate any look with some good jewelry. And again, the jewelry doesn't have to be mega expensive. Like you can invest in a really nice piece, but elevating your look with, a nice piece of jewelry or a beautiful scarf or a headpiece, just like adding a couple pieces to your look just to elevate it. Nice handbag doesn't have to be like a Gucci or a Louis Vuitton. We've got so many options now and so many trending bags and things that look like, I don't know, a designer when they're not. So I'm all for that. And I also love, I wear like a lot of stuff from, Country Road is actually quite expensive these days, but Country Road or Glassons. And then I'll elevate it with like the one or two designer pieces. Like I'll have like everyone like splurges out on a couple of pieces that they have and they cherish. Like elevate your look with one of your expensive pieces, and also don't send yourself into bankruptcy over a wedding. Um, I've had to really try and remember, like who is it for?
Mm,
And I think you have to be really, really cutthroat with your guest list
yeah, that is a massive
to
part
save
of the
money.
budget. Yeah.
The budget,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's looking in the right places. If you want to look really elevated in your everyday look, try a one color look. It can elevate everything. That's one little thing I say to people. I was like, do every like beautiful browns, do pants are brown, top is brown, overcoat, and you'll look so put together and chic. So,
Amazing.
and you can do that on a budget.
Yeah, love that. So many good bits of advice in there. That's kind of the end of my big questions. I've got a few quick fire ones for you. But yeah, do you have any other kind of wrapping up the bigger questions, any other kind of thoughts and advice for brides from your journey so far?
One thing that we haven't really, it's everything we've touched on, but one thing that I'm doing that is a little bit different to normal with my wedding is I'm actually dressing all my bridesmaids in their colors. So they
Amazing.
all look and feel good, and they're all having a dress that fits their body shape. There's nothing I cannot stand more than looking at wedding photos, and there's one girl in the lineup that looks terrible in the color because it's not her color, or she's wearing a dress that doesn't fit her body. And like I have been in the position where I've had to be in tiny little shoestring straps and my bust was falling out and I just felt so bare. But the bride wanted everyone in the same dress. And so I would say, and my mum said to me, oh my gosh, you could have them all their colors and what if they look better than you? I was like, please, no one's going to look better than me on my day. But no one will look better than you on your wedding day. Even if someone showed up in white and looked like an idiot, they're not going to look better than you on your wedding day. So I would say, like having your friends in their colors and in a dress that suits them is going to elevate everything because people feel good and you all look good together. I think is quite cool. So I am going to do that. But like, I'm still very much on this journey and I've just started to share a little bit of it on my Instagram because I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed and like, oh my God, what am I going to do with this dress and stuff? And it was cool because I've had a whole lot of women reach out and be like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling the exact same way. Like, help. And it's nice to build this like community. Like, we're not alone. We're doing this together. We're budgeting. We're on TikTok looking at all the trends. We're trying to figure it out. We're all going through the same thing and everyone's feeling the same way. Like, I thought I was the only one who was feeling the way I was about the dress. Turns out everyone feels that way. So if you think you're going through something alone, you probably got a whole lot of girls out there feeling the exact same way.
So good. I think, yeah, it's such a huge season in life. And then, yeah, finding that kind of community of people that feel the same. So good. And I love what you said about the dresses as well. And I think it is becoming a bit more common to have like people in different styles and colors. But yeah, think about that. You want your girls to feel good in what they're wearing and just, yeah, be as confident as you are on the day. So love that bit of advice. And yeah, I'd love to have you back on the podcast after your
Oh my God,
wedding
yes.
one day just to hear how it all went and yeah, all about
Yes,
it. So
100%.
we'll
We could
definitely
talk
have
for
to do
hours.
that.
I'm like looking
I
at the
know.
time, like, oh my God, I've talked way too much.
So good. All right, we'll finish up with a few kind of quick fire questions. All right, heels or flats?
I'm gonna say heels, but I wear flats like all
Nice.
day, but heels to elevate a look.
So good. Just like no context kind of questions, but there you go. A color that you used to avoid but now love.
Brown.
Nice. So good. Biggest ick when it comes to fashion trends?
Crocs. I hate Crocs. Like Crocs would never be in. As
No.
much money you put into it, I don't care if they're the most comfortable shoe in the world. They do not look good. Don't wear Crocs, girls, and do not wear them for your wedding, okay?
Oh
I don't
no.
want to see anyone with wedding Crocs.
Amazing. Favorite celebrity style icon?
Oh, there's so many. Who do I love? Who do I love? I feel like recently I've really been, oh no, not even Hailey Bieber. I feel like she's like, I was like looking at her stuff the other day. I love Zendaya.
Mm,
I love that she like pushes boundaries, and I think she's always been her own thing. So I think Zendaya, I think she's always got the edge.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's got an incredible stylist as well. Hey,
Yes, yes, Law. He's incredible. Luxury Law. He is like anyone who's
so
styled by him,
good.
you're just like, so
Yeah,
yeah, we'll go Zendaya.
love it. So good. What is one styling rule you think is worth breaking?
That black is flattering
Yeah.
on everyone. Or like when in doubt, wear black. Do not. I think I've probably talked about the color black like 10 times on this podcast already.
It's a thing, and Kiwis love
We
it.
love it. We love it. It's not flattering on everyone. There are people that it looks good on, but maybe try reach for something else. I don't. I've had a lot of. I think my whole life, like everyone will say, black is flattering, black is corporate, it's professional, it's this. I mean, honestly, unless I have to wear the color black, I will not because it doesn't make me feel good. And often you see the dress before me, and it accentuates areas that I don't want accentuated. So think about that next time you've got to go jump into black.
Yes, good tip. Love that. And a favorite outfit or client that you've styled for? I know you've had some amazing celebrity clients and things as well, which we didn't touch on too much, but yeah, do you want to tell us?
Oh, probably because I've worked with her. Well, I had worked with her the most in New York. I haven't worked with her in New Zealand because she is now married to a Kiwi, but Rita Ora would have to be my favorite. Started off assisting as her hairdresser because I, walked my way and I was like, I can do hair, I can do hair. And then I got the job with her. But I then used to like dress her, and she was so kind to me and lovely. And I just loved collaborating on things with her when I used to do that. So hopefully she'll come and get her colors done sometime.
Yes,
But
amazing.
yeah, she was probably the best.
So cool. I feel like you've got lots of incredible stories, but amazing. That is the end of all my questions. So thank you so much for coming on.
Oh,
And yeah,
thank
we'll be
you.
excited to have you back post wedding.
I'm here. I'm so ready for it. Let's do more.
Yay. All the
Let's talk.
best.
You might be doing a podcast with me like just before my wedding, and I'll be crying with stress.
Oh, hopefully not.
Or
No.
maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just going to breeze through this nice
Yeah.
and easy.
Yeah. So good.
Thank you for having me, Lydia.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Hi guys, future Lydia jumping back in here just to let you know this is the part of the recording that we just recorded on Saturday after my colour analysis, checking in with Georgette, and I can't wait to have her back on after her own wedding, so enjoy.
So I just want to check in with you. I just had my colours done.
Yeah.
Soft summer.
Is it what we were hoping for? Is it what we
I thought I was somewhere in the summer region, maybe cool to neutral. So, but yeah, I feel good about
You
it.
look so good in your colours. It's so crazy to see you light up. And I honestly thought that maybe you were going to be some kind of like warm autumn because I'd seen you in browns before.
Yeah.
But that makes sense as to why you do look good in them. They use
Yeah.
those cooler ones.
So interesting, such a fun experience, and have just been hanging out to do it for so long. So
We've been waiting so
highly
long.
recommend. Yeah, but yeah, you're amazing at what you do. So cool to see you in action.
Nice to have you here in the studio. I feel like we've been talking about this for so long now.
Yeah.
And you haven't been in, and so it's exciting to have you here.
Yeah, so good. Wanted to check in and see where you're at with wedding planning. We obviously were like a bit earlier in the piece when we first recorded.
I can't even remember like what month we recorded. It felt
must
like
have been
forever.
like May, June.
May, June.
Yeah.
So I thought when I spoke to you, I thought like, oh, I can, this is easy. Why do people always complain about weddings and planning? But yeah, it's pretty stressful. I'm quite lucky that in the sense like I have just said I want to handle the aesthetic, the look, the mood, the feel, and then I've passed, and I don't know if we spoke about this, but I've passed kind of everything else on to my mum.
Do you have a planner?
I do.
Yeah.
Claire Donaldson,
Yes,
One Lovely Day.
amazing.
She is amazing. She's really great to work with, and she kicks me into line on occasion. And no, so it's been really good. So yeah, I definitely feel like one of her problem clients, just because like I'm changing my mind a lot. But everything I'm seeing that, you know, you see on the web and like everything coming up, you know, these are going to be the trends.
Yeah.
I'm like, my wedding
You're
is
doubting your decisions.
yeah, I'm like, my wedding is not that. But then I'm like, screw it. Like, I don't
Yeah.
want to be trendy. I want it to be really different.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely very rogue.
Yeah.
Is how I would describe it.
Love that.
And I'm excited for you to see it. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. A lot of personalization. I'm trying to like, personalize everything.
Yeah.
But
So
it's
good.
exciting. I'm excited, but I just can't believe how quickly it's come up. Like I feel like over a year ago, I was like, oh my God, I'll start planning things now. I'll be way ahead of time. And now I'm like, well, we're like 5 months away.
Yeah, crazy. I'm like mentally still in August, but
Same.
it's like nearly Christmas.
Same. I haven't
Yeah.
even. I'm in my I haven't even had my trial fitting for my dress yet.
Yeah.
I'm seeing that next month for that. But then I won't even see the final until next year.
Yeah, you're getting custom, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's doing a custom for me.
Yeah.
And then I'm in the works with another designer about a second dress as well, but I just haven't decided yet.
Yeah.
And then for our day 2, we're doing that Bollywood kind of Indian vibe, and so I need to organise that dress too.
Yeah.
So
A few different looks.
and I haven't even done my bridesmaids yet.
Yeah, I know. Are you thinking about what their colours are?
Yes.
I think we might have discussed
So
that.
all of my bridesmaids will be wearing their colours.
Yeah.
So I think, either I'll buy a dress. I just think I'll probably get something made in the perfect colour for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I probably need to get
Yeah.
some. I feel like
Understand.
I feel like in my head I'm very on board with the design, the setup, the florals, like everything is kind of sorted in that
The big
department.
things.
But the really big thing, like the dresses and the bridesmaids and stuff,
Yeah.
I haven't sorted. So, but yeah, it is a little bit stressful. I think it will get more stressful closer to the time when we really have to crunch on things. I know Claire's been like, hey, like, have you done this yet? Like, have we got the sample for this yet? And I'm like, it's not here yet.
Yeah.
She's freaking out. But I think it'll come together.
Yeah, it will.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully. So, I'm really excited.
Yeah.
And I've had some like pretty wild things happen like in the lead up that I can't wait to talk to you about.
Yeah.
After the
We need to
wedding's
get
done.
the full debrief after your day.
Yes, 100%. I think it would be amazing. But,
Yeah. Has there been anything so far that's like really surprised you about the whole planning process? Or that's been like hard?
the planning process, I mean, I couldn't do it without a planner personally, just like because I'm working all the time and stuff like that. I take my hat off to the girls who are planning their own weddings.
Yeah.
I don't really know how you could do it without a village. It takes a village. I didn't really think it would be as stressful.
Yeah.
But you know what surprises me? The amount of people that like don't message you when you send the invite out.
Yeah.
can we talk about this? Like, I'm like,
terrible
all the money,
RSVP.
all the money, time, I send the invites out, and half the people I didn't even hear from them. Like, not even like a, wow, thanks for this, we're so excited. Not a boo, nothing.
Crazy.
I was like, oh.
Did you do online as well?
Yes,
Yeah.
online, and I can see they've all opened it, and they just like haven't even missed it. It's wild. So almost all of our RSVPs, and now I'm just waiting on a couple more people, but it's overseas people who are just trying to figure out whether they can fly to New Zealand or not, which I totally understand. But yeah, that was wild.
Yeah. Have you had many opinions flying around? A lot of brides find that just their friends or family kind of come out of the woodwork with all their
Yeah, I'm also like dietary requirements. I know it's a thing, but at this stage I'm like, bring a packed lunch. If you don't like what you like, bring it.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm not catering to all of you. Like, if you've got an allergy, sure. I don't care if you don't like this. You can just pick around it. But that's my opinion. But I think when you're spending all the time and all the money and all the effort to put into it, and people have all these like problems, I'm like, expectations, or I don't want to wear colour because I've said like I want everyone to wear colour, or I don't know what to wear to the day after the Bollywood theme. I'm like, if it's all too hard, please don't bother coming.
Not my problem.
Like, not my problem. I don't care. You either play ball or don't come.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's wild. Yeah, also just like having to have, I probably shouldn't say this out loud, having to have people to your wedding that you don't want to have.
Yeah. Guest list is so hard.
Yeah.
You've kind of done that now, I guess.
Our families are both contributing to the wedding, and so I think when that happens, you have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, like some people I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
like, really? But I get it. I understand. But yeah, I've been pretty tough on, like, everyone has to kind of know me and Raj to be. I think that's important.
Yeah, totally.
You know,
I
but
think it is a bit odd being introduced to someone on
like,
your wedding
hi,
day.
welcome to my wedding.
Yeah,
Lovely
like
to meet
someone's
you.
partner that lives overseas, or there's
That's
a genuine reason.
Yeah.
Or you've like FaceTime before or whatever. But yeah,
it's wild. Yeah, and crazy, crazy requests and things. Maybe if I'm feeling feisty after my wedding, I might do a tell-all.
hot takes episode.
I think it might be ready by the end of it. I'll be like,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's the most important day of your life if it's important for you, and we're putting everything into it. And I think of it, to me, it's all about the experience.
Yeah.
It's all about
The like mindset going into it.
yeah. And I also want to be present. Like I'll go off and obviously do some photos and stuff with Janelle, but I want to be there and enjoying it. Everything that we've worked so hard to. I don't want to be off for like 2 hours doing photos.
Yeah.
As much as photos are great, I just want to be there. I want to be there in the moment.
Yeah, exactly. So exciting.
It is exciting.
Yeah.
So exciting.
Do you want to talk about your podcast?
Well, that means I have to bring it out if I do that. Yeah, I don't. I just randomly thought one day. Well, everyone says to me you can talk a lot, as you can tell, and I sat there and talked to you for an hour.
Yeah.
So, I am. I was just going to do a podcast just about fashion, color, how everything. Like, nothing's really off limits, but a lot of people have a lot of questions for me, so I thought we could kind of cover that. But from like starting a business, I want to talk about growing my business. I want to talk about the styling side when I used to be a stylist and I lived in New York, and how growing that was amazing for me. And then the huge shift into color analysis. And then a lot of people have been messaging me about, they want to know about body shape. So I think that would be a really cool discussion. And then obviously the people that I meet along the way, having them come in for interviews would be so cool too. Yeah. So I have actually recorded an episode. I haven't put it out yet because I'm too nervous. So maybe I'll have to give you a call for a kick.
Yeah. Well, I personally would love to listen to it. I feel like you've got so much knowledge and like amazing experiences and stories as well. So
Thank you.
Encourage you to put it out. But yeah, nice to catch up, and we'll definitely have you back on next year. I'm so excited to hear all about how the day went and the rest of the lead up. But
thank you.
Yeah, so good.
Cool. Well, get ready for the episode.